What's up, guys? Snowman. Appreciate you guys stopping by here at Tac-Knives. We're going to take a look at a couple of knives in my collection. One is a Schrade STK 2SM. I've had it a long time, probably 30 years, and it's an old one. And I'm going to show you my Alpha Tracker. This is a tracker, just a huge beast of a survival knife. 6.8 millimeter blade stock thickness, 5160 spring steel. I've sold several of these, and of course I kept one for me. Just an outstanding tracker, Tanto blade version. So we're going to take a look at that. I want to talk to you guys about that. I think these two knives, with the Alpha Tracker and any survival knife that you choose, is going to be a badass combination. So without further ado, let's check these out. Alright, so we're going to take a look at these. This is my Tac Alpha Tracker. And before we get into this knife and system setup, let's go ahead and go over this knife here. This is another Schrade model, another one in my collection. This is the SCHF 2SM. I've had this one a really long time. I found this OD green sheath for it. It's made by Remington, so this isn't the original sheath, but I just popped it in this sheath. It looks pretty good with it. I need to put a snap lock on this retention because I don't totally trust Velcro alone, and I have those to put in and I just haven't got around to it. But I've got some extra paracord. I like carrying extra paracord with my knives. I think any knife that you have, survival knife, coupled with some type of tracker knife, you're going to be ahead of the game. It's going to help you in a survival situation or just in general bushcraft duties, you know, out in the field. This is an older one. These originally had the battleship gray. This one did. I re-sandblasted and I put this silica ceramic black on there. It's starting to wear off. You can see I re-put a nice 12 to 15 degree secondary cutting edge on there, so it keeps it razor sharp. And I love this number 12 bank line. I'll wrap a lot of my hollow handle knives with this and my hybrid handle survival knives. Just having that extra cordage is a plus, I think, and it also helps index a lot better. Just feels comfortable in the hand. This could be, you know, I love this knife, for example. You know, when I started making my hybrid handles, our hollow handle version survival knives, I'm going for strength, so I put titanium pins in those and we went half the tube length. These are single piece bifurcated. Schrade actually nicked this whole idea from Chris Reeve, just an outstanding knife maker. And that's what they base this off of. Now his has better steel and the craftsmanship is going to be up there. This one is just a commercial version, you know, manufacturer version it's long been discontinued, but you can find these from time to time. I just did a video a few videos back where I showcased a couple of these, the 1SM and 2SM. So it's just a neat little knife. I think any knife, again, that you would carry with an Alpha Tracker is just going to be a great, outstanding combination, okay? I always like to carry extra paracord, and I've got a little survival capsule case with all the little goodies in there, you know, fishing line, sinkers, needles, you know, stuff like that. Now I don't have a compass in this one right now because if I was going to go to the field with these two, in which case, you know, I have a nice compass system in here. Generally I like to have a backup compass if I was going out in the field, and I would recommend that to anybody. And get your bearings before you go into the wooded area that you're going into. Like if you come in by POV, just get your bearings north, south, east, west before you start trekking into the woods. That way you have an idea of your bearings. It just helps out, okay? And it'll help you in a situation, because when you get out in the woods, and I can tell you this from experience, you get up the next morning, or just you can get disoriented really quickly because it all looks the same. And of course, you can have a compass on you, but if you don't know where you came from, you know, it just helps a lot when you know where you exited and went on ground. So get those bearings when you go in. It's going to help you out a lot. But I think any knife that you would get to carry with the Alpha Tracker is going to be great. I put a little fine grit stone in this up here. It fit in there really nice. I've got this same kind of little setup on this. I'll show you. So we're going to put this aside. This is made out of 1070 high carbon steel. Again, I've got 2 videos that I posted not too long ago. You can go check that out, where I have new old stock in a box. But here's the STK Alpha Tracker. This is totally handmade. I make these here at Tac-Knives, all custom handmade. This is 6.8 millimeter blade stock, massive thick steel. So when I get this steel, I leave the oversize. So they rated it 1/4 inch. 6.8 millimeters, a little bit over 1/4 inch. I leave the oversize. So, you know, I want that extra thickness there. These things are just monsters. Right, a little bit under 2 pounds. We've got Carilla grinds. I got this idea off of Dwayne Carilla. He's a knife maker. They're real deep channeled. We've got a 1/4 inch wide secondary cutting edges at 30 degrees. So that's going to give you a lot of chopping power. That's the 30 degrees just really works. We've got a improvised 1/2 inch hole for kern mantle rope, 1/2 inch kern mantle. You can use this, go through there, tie a knot, and you got an improvised grappling hook. It's not something that I would trust as a grappling hook per se on a regular basis. I'm just saying, in an improvised life or death situation, emergency, it could be used. So that's what that's for. We've got a arrow sizing hole for primitive arrows, dragon scale counter sawback serrations. Got some jimping here, and I've got a nice chole so you can choke up on this. I've got a spindle divot for starting fires. Centers everything up. 2 emergency 1/4 inch holes. Paracord wrap coated with Flex Seal, and the way that I do the handle geometry, it just indexes like a dream. It's once you grab a hold of that, it just doesn't want to come loose. So you need this kind of, when you're trying to handle this kind of weight, and this is a chopping machine. I've sold a few of these. The reports back that I got have been nothing but positive. This is literally a one-man wrecking machine, wrecking ball. Multi-function pommel in, window breach, point contact, and you got a pry bar. Many things that this thing's going to do for you. 5160 spring steel stamped here, and my maker's mark right here. It doesn't get any better than 5160 spring steel. These are differential heat treated, sandblasted, and I put the silica black on these now. Just a gorgeous coating. And this stuff doesn't just come off, particularly when you sandblast it. It's going to actually last longer than a black oxide. In my opinion, it's a better coating because you got dual coating, whereas black oxide is a chemical coating. These are nice. Look, just so sweet in this heavy-duty sheath. It's just, well, it's a heavy-duty nylon, tactical nylon. I've got a ceramic stone for sharpening this bad boy, and if we get some bad nicks, I've got a custom made. I make these 5 1/4 inch file, and you want the file stuff on the outer part of the edges here. Little survival file. I've been doing these and putting these in a lot of my gear. And the way you do this, it goes right back in that slot right underneath this little snap-on, and we'll get it snapped, and it holds it right there. Pretty cool system. I love carrying these colored folding blades, either yellow or red, because if you drop that, you're going to be able to see it. A little nice 440 stainless steel liner lock. We've got a Ferris rod and high quality compass, and we got another little goodie capsule with all the fishing line, hook line, sinkers, and all that stuff. Right, guys, I really appreciate you guys stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video here, and I will catch you guys down the road.